Picture this. There I was, deep in Wisconsin's Northwood swamps, doing what I love most, scouting for the upcoming fall bow hunting season. The air was thick with mosquitoes, and the ground beneath my feet squished with every careful step. You know, normally these reconnaissance missions are pretty routine, but let me tell you about the day that earned me my nickname, Dave the Wasp Whisperer. I've spent years studying the patterns of deer in these swamps, learning their trails and building a rather unusual relationship with the local wasp population. Yeah, you heard that right. Wasps. Most folks run from them, but I've learned to work with these misunderstood insects. Little did I know this unique skill would save my hide that day. So there I was, marking potential tree stand locations, when I heard it, the unmistakable sound of heavy breathing and breaking branches. My heart nearly stopped when I turned around and locked eyes with a massive 350-pound black bear. Now, I've seen my share of bears, but this one was different. Its muscles rippled under its thick fur, and those teeth. Let me tell you, they weren't made for berries. Speaking of berries, that was part of the problem. The season had been tough, with food sources scarcer than usual. This bear wasn't just curious, it was hungry. The kind of hungry that makes a predator think anything moving is a potential meal, and unfortunately, I was the anything moving at that moment. I had my trusty 45-70 rifle with me, but firing it would have been like setting off an alarm for every deer within miles. Years of careful scouting would go right down the drain. Plus, I've always believed in finding peaceful solutions when possible. That's when I remembered my little friends. You see, over the years, I'd learned that wasps respond to certain vibrations and movements. I slowly reached into my pocket, pulled out a small device I used to communicate with them, and started creating specific frequencies. The bear was getting closer, probably wondering why its dinner wasn't running away. Within seconds, I heard the familiar buzz growing louder. A swarm of wasps emerged from a nearby nest, not attacking, but creating a barrier between me and the bear. Now, bears might be tough, but even they think twice about taking on a wall of angry wasps. The big fellow took one look at the situation, decided a meal wasn't worth the trouble, and lumbered away into the thick underbrush. As I stood there, watching the wasps return to their nest, I couldn't help but smile. Sometimes the best solutions come from the most unexpected allies. And that's how I became known as Dave the Wasp Whisperer, the guy who'd rather make friends with wasps than fire a gun. These days, I still scout these swamps, but I always carry my wasp calling device. Because in the wilderness, you never know when you'll need a little help from your striped flying friends. And as for that bear, well, I hope it found enough berries to satisfy its appetite, just somewhere far away.